Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna Crossland. For those of you who are new here, hi, welcome. Before we get into the actual makeup video, I am gonna have a little chit chat with anyone who actually cares about me personally. It's about my son and me and my health and COVID. So if you don't want to hear all of that, then fast forward. I'll put a timestamp to when the actual makeup starts so that you don't have to listen to me chit chat. The video that went up on Monday, my Shop Miss A haul. So that Shop Miss A haul I filmed last week, a week ago or a week and a half ago. I'm currently sick. So when I filmed my Club Nebula first impressions, I actually had talked about how my son had gone to the doctor and we found out that he tested positive for COVID, and that same day or the day before I had started getting really sick. That day I was feeling really sick, but I knew I had to get that video out. When you do reviews, obviously you want to get them out as soon as possible because you spent money on it. It'd kind of be a waste not to get it out as soon as possible. I really wanted to get it up even though I felt really cruddy. So anyways, I am so sick. And you're probably like, well, why are you filming? Well, just for reasons like I just said. But also I would go insane doing absolutely nothing. And it's honestly hard to get up and do like a lot of stuff right now. I feel like even sitting here filming is really hard for me to do. But especially the swatches earlier, I was like really sweating hardcore. So we went to get tested for COVID, and that test came back negative. But his doctor is telling us that we got tested again and that we're supposed to just assume that we have it. So basically I've been, yesterday I had a 101 and my body aches were horrible. I was literally crying. I took a bath because when I'm sick and have a fever, the only thing that makes me feel kind of good are taking baths. So I took a bath and I was like, you like have to get up, because I couldn't get up. Like I felt so weak. So yeah, we've been really sick. It's been really weird because like obviously we have all the symptoms of COVID, but we don't have any proof that we have COVID. So it's like, do we have COVID or do we have something else? And the first day it was like I had laryngitis. Like I literally couldn't talk and my throat hurt so bad. It felt like it was closing in. The next day it was like the body aches. That night I had like hacking and was coughing up so much gross stuff, and it's just, today has been the day I felt like I'm finally starting to get better. I haven't had like a high fever today. I think it's gotten up to like a 99.5, but it hasn't hit 100. I'm starting to feel like really cruddy now because I just filmed. Yeah, we got tested again, so we'll find out. And I know some of you are like, girl, go rest. Like you don't need to be filming. But like I said, I just can't help myself sometimes. Okay, anyways, that's what's going on. So I figured I'd let you guys know. I don't know when I'll film next. I just know I wanted to do a Valentine's Day tutorial so bad, but I don't foresee that happening. But we'll see. Maybe it'll pop up. But right now, with how I feel like this, now that I've done this, it's probably a bad idea, but you know, when I started, I was like, oh, I'm fine. And when I was filming, I was like, oh, I'm fine. And now that I'm talking, nope, I gotta wrap this up. All right, today we are reviewing two palettes from ColourPop's Animal Crossing. These are the only two I picked up from the whole collection. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if I was gonna pick up anything. I was kind of like $12 for a quad. That seems a little bit steep, but I understand it's like a super popular thing right now. But I did want to pick some up so I could, you know, participate in the fun. So today we're going to be reviewing these. I'm also swatching them. I am also going to show you some comparisons between some palettes I have from ColourPop. And let's get into it. And I will also show you how they perform on the eyes. So the first palette we have is called Nook Ink. And this is the green palette. I love that they have a mirror, and the shades in it are Yes Yes, made in the shade CEO, Water Landing. And there is one with an eye safety warning, and that is CEO, which is the pressed glitter. and it says not intended for use in the immediate eye area. Honestly, no glitter is considered eye safe, so always keep that in mind. So you don't have to use this on the eyes. You could always use them on the cheeks, almost like a highlighter if you're too scared to put them by the eyes. Well, everything swatched really nicely. I was really impressed by the shimmer. Yes, the glitter is really pretty. It's just kind of a little bit translucent with just some rainbow glitters. Really impressed with the deep green. The deep green honestly really surprised me. It's not patchy, it's not too dry, and it built up really nicely. Normally these deep dark green shades tend to be super dry, really gritty, and they are patchy when you build them up, but this one didn't have many problems. I did have to build it up, but it was much better quality than some of the other deep greens that I've ever swatched from many different companies. Made in the shade is this like matte with little tiny micro glitters, which I think Tati's the one who came up with the name Sequin shade. The palette I find it to be the most similar to is the Mint 2B palette. I just feel like this one has a lot more shades for you to choose from, but I also feel like it is missing more depth. Even the darkest shade is not quite as dark, but you get a good variety of mattes and shimmers, and it still is in the mint family. I feel like the one from Animal Crossing is a little bit more blue tone, so more like teal, I guess. And the Mint to Be is like true like green mint, if that makes sense. I like them both, but I do feel like the Mint to Be you get a lot more variety out of, and it's personally one of my favorite ColourPop palettes, so definitely love that one. The next one is La Belle of the Ball, which is this beautiful purple palette. This one does have 2 eye safety warnings on Able Sisters and Serene Sable. So one is the glitter and the other one is the matte purple. So I'm going to assume that when I wipe off the purple side of my eye tonight, it is going to be stained. It'll probably be bright pink. It'll look red and irritated. That's usually what happens to me when I use bright purples or hot pinks, so no surprise there. Everything swatched really great in this one too. Again, the sequin shade, Taylor's Ticket, which is that really pastel purple, just really dry and really pressed hard, and I had to dig my finger in it, and it just felt like hard pan. It just wasn't a really nice feeling. I don't feel like it really affected the performance on the eye, however. I feel like I just had to dip in a few more times than normal because it just is a little bit harder to get out of the pan. It's more hard pan. The duochrome in this is really beautiful, and it's not the most intense duochrome in the world, but it still is a really pretty shade. The palette that I would recommend that is somewhat similar is the Lilac You A Lot palette. There is another palette that ColourPop has that's more purple. It's my Pleasure palette, but I feel like the Lilac You A Lot kind of gives you more similar vibes in terms of you have a lot of pastel purples, kind of pinky light purples. There's no duochrome like the one in the Animal Crossing one in this palette, but there are duochromes in this one. Love the Lilac You A Lot palette. That is also one of my other favorite ColourPop palettes ever, so I really like it a lot. Now we're going to get into how I came up with this look. I'm going to start off with our soft base. This is from Shop Miss A. I've been using this and it's only $1.88. Usually kind of just pat it on first. Of course, it'd be easier with a brush to be more precise. Today we're starting off with the purple palette, La Belle of the Ball, and we're going to go into the sequin shade. I think it just makes the most sense. I think Tati was the first one to call these types of shades sequin shades, which is just a matte with glitter in it, and these like glitters you can really see they're really standing out quite a bit. I do feel like I have to keep building up this color. It's definitely a pastel. I think we might take the glitter Able Sisters right here and put that more on the inner third. This one's a very sheer glitter. I just want it to be an ethereal type of look, I guess. We are gonna take the Shop Miss A. This is the Tacky Base Primer. It's basically a glitter glue primer Again, it's $1.88. I do want to do a video comparing this with the NYX glitter glue at some point. I like to use glitter glues. I should have put it down for the glitter. I feel like ColourPop's pressed glitters do a pretty good job staying on even without glitter glue. But you'll have a little more fallout if you don't use glitter glue. We're going to go into custom design. We're going to take some of that original sequin shade to buff underneath the eye. And then we're going to go into Serene Sable, the dark purple, and use it down below. And first I'm going to kind of set it on there with my eyeliner pencil, a little sloppily, and then blend it back out with that brush we used at first. I do have glitter fallout. That could also be from the sequin shade because it honestly does have quite has quite a bit of glitter on it. Going into Serene Sable again, we're gonna take that and then we're gonna go back into this duochrome a little bit and dab some back on top. All I keep staring at right now is how aggressive my brows are today. Trust me, I know. So, I mean, it's not bad. Nothing was really terrible. I just feel like $12 for that quad. Like, you could take that $12 and buy a really awesome multi-chrome from a well-known indie makeup brand with some of the best multi-chromes. I feel like for $2 more, you could buy the whole Lilac You A Lot palette and get so many more looks out of it. You wouldn't just have to do a glitter sparkly look every day. Let's keep going. Let's move on to the green palette. This is the one that I honestly was the most excited for. I've just really been loving greens a lot. Of course, this one has a glitter too, and also a sequin shade, which is kind of like, meh. Don't get me wrong, I love glitter, but when it's like a 4-pan palette and one of the shades is glitter and like a pressed glitter, I'm kind of like, We're gonna test out this from Shop Miss A. It's like this is supposed to be a color switcher. I've never used one of these. Normally I'm super prepared and have my brushes all cleaned, like brand new brushes when I'm reviewing something, but you know, I'm sick, so that did not happen. So we'll see. Hopefully it does not transfer color. So we're gonna start off with, we're just gonna do it in the same order. Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna do the sequin shade first. Again, very glittery, super pigmented. I feel like this one builds up way faster than the other one. Way faster. Sometimes I wish that ColourPop had a pastel palette, like a true all pastel, because I think they'd be able to do one that would be really good for all skin tones, and I just am waiting for that to happen. We're gonna go into CEO again. We're gonna wait to use, we might not even use glitter glue on the next one and just see how it does. So this glitter seems to work pretty well without having a base of much sort. Flat brush, we're gonna go into the shimmer called Yes Yes. Yes Yes. It's a gorgeous minty shimmer. It is very pretty. And then let's try that color switcher again and just use the same brushes and see if this little thing works. So far it seems to be taking off most of the previous pigment, so this was like $1, so that's good. And then we're gonna go into the deepest, darkest shade called Water Landing. The shade I was pretty excited for. Yes, that's pigmented. I honestly think I'm more impressed with this palette just because the shades just work really well. I mean, the purples did too. I don't know, I'm probably just biased for greens. I forgot we did the pencil brush with purple, so we'll do it with green. The deep green. Water Landing. And we'll blend that out after. Here is the finished look. We used all 4 shades on both eyes. I think they're pretty looks. Would I wear these every day? Probably not. But they're still really pretty colors and really pretty palettes. I don't really have any complaints on how any of the shades performed. I think it's more of, I just wish there were more formulas to play around with that weren't just shimmers and glitters, which is crazy for me to say because I'm a shitter. I was trying to say shimmer and glitter, and that just came out like that. I'm a shimmer glitter lover. So, yeah. I'm being sick. Okay. I am a shimmer and glitter lover, so for me to be like, oh, this is like quite a bit of shimmer and glitter for a palette, I think that says a lot. I'm not super mad about it, but I know most people aren't a huge fan of that. In the end, I would recommend this to anyone who is a hardcore Animal Crossing fan, someone who plays it and maybe it got you through quarantine, and so you just, it has a special meaning in your heart, and I totally get it. There's definitely been times that I've bought things just for the fact that the theme meant something to me, but I think for $12, if you are not someone who's really into Animal Crossing, or you're not a huge makeup collector, if you're someone who likes to play with color but you also don't like glitter as much, I think that the other palettes I recommended to you earlier in the swatches, like the Lilac About You palette and the Mint For You from ColourPop, is a much better option. I feel like I don't know how often I will use these because yes, this duochrome is beautiful, and I think it'd be really pretty to do like a halo eye with this. Put that as the pop in the middle, but I feel like I just have a lot of other really great purple palettes that for $12, I don't think this is like a must-have to me. Am I happy to have them? Yeah, they're really cute, but I just don't think they're necessarily worth it. I do like this one. I could see myself using this one more for like St. Patrick's Day or anything like that, but this shimmer is really good, and I do like this dark green. I honestly don't know if I have anything identical to this dark green, especially that performs this well. It was more dry, but it honestly did perform pretty well for that type of a deep green, so that was pretty impressive. These do relaunch at Ulta. I'll have to look it up and then I'll post it down below, but let me know, do you guys plan on picking up anything from this collection? Do you play Animal Crossing? And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please thumbs up this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you love makeup too. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.